This is a really quick overlook of my toy hauler. I bought a Puma Unleashed. This is going to be really similar to most toy haulers made by Forest River. I'm just going to go over a quick what I've learned in one camping weekend. If you have any questions, be sure to comment on the video. The first thing on the toy hauler, I actually have a slider hitch, and I had a capture plate installed. This is a pull right unit. The big thing you want to make sure is the pull right that I have doesn't require any lubrication other than this WD-40, but you do want to make sure you get some grease or some other kind of lubricant on the bottom of the plate and on the pin so that it slides on real easy. Pretty standard connections are 7-pin and a breakaway cable. On my particular unit, this pretty much is the battery well. I generally put leveling blocks and the washdown kit in here. This is a generator bay. I just keep a small generator in there now. I didn't get the Awning. It's relatively loud. I heard one at the dealership, and it's right underneath the bedroom, so I opted just to go with a small gen. I've got one location I go to where I'm boondocking, and everywhere else has power. These do come with this Furrion port. It's a solar port, 2-pin. You can pick the connector up on eBay and plug pretty much anybody's solar connector. More than likely, that's how I'm actually going to just kind of keep the batteries topped off. On each side, there's a propane tank. Jacks are relatively simple to use. Just make sure they're fully engaged. It does come with a sewer hose storage. I noticed on mine I got a little bit more expensive sewer hose, and it actually won't fit. It's not as long as it would need to be to hold a one of the longer sewer hoses. And this is a front bay. Pretty much these are wood frame construction. I haven't really noticed any glaring issues. Like I say, I had this out for 3 days out at a location that I was boondocking at. Really didn't have any issues with it. Fit and finish has to be expected with an RV like this. I haven't had any major issues. One of the things that took me a little while to realize where everything was at, you'll notice that there's actually a lot of labels on the side that are not directly where things are at. Here's the city water. This is a spray port. One thing that I did notice is my spray port connector that came with the unit does not fit this, and I'll need to pick that up later. Maybe something you want to check before you leave the RV dealership. Mine does have the 50 amp Furrion connector. It did come with a power cable, and I just got a 30 amp adapter. A lot of these labels are here, and you really got to look up underneath the trailer. The low point drain is actually on the other side for the freshwater tank. So it takes a little bit of looking around, and the labels may not be correct. On this particular, this is a Puma 373. It actually does have two gray water tanks. It has a galley tank, and then has another gray water tank that's up connected to the black tank. The leveling or stabilization jacks in the rear work really great. It's one single button. You basically mash the retract, and both jacks go up at the same time, and when they go down and one hits the ground, it automatically distributes the load. I did get a fuel station. The only real confusing thing on the fuel station, there's actually a switch inside the camper that's in the toy hauler area that has to be on, and then you have to turn it on here as well. This is the rear of the toy hauler. One of the neat things is this door is absolutely huge, and the spring-loaded hinge. You know, a small kid could easily let this gate down without any issues. Actually, when I first got it, you had to put a little bit of weight down on it to hold it in. One thing on the all of these Forest Rivers is the complaint on the tire dragging. The tires are at the rear. I've only really drug this trailer once, and that was on an extreme. And I actually drug off one of the triangles. This is the triangle it's still on. And that's what the triangle looks like after you come in contact with something. No real damage to the trailer. I'll weld on another triangle. But this thing's really high off the ground. There shouldn't be any issues with dragging unless you just get it somewhere really, really rugged. And I've had this, you know, on 4 service roads without any issue. The awning on this is really easy to put out. It is self-cleaning. Yeah, I mean, we'll need to spray it with a water hose every once in a while, but as it rolls out and rolls back in, it does dump stuff off. I've never seen a power awning until now, up close, so that was a little bit of a new experience. This unit does have 2 entryways. One actually goes into the Toyhauler area. This is a RZR 1000. No problems. I've actually got the RZR in with plenty of room to work in front. As you can see, I've got plenty of room to the side to actually get the RZR in and out. And then behind the RZR, I actually have a full-sized 5,000 watt generator in behind it, and I've still got a lot of room. There's just a whole lot of room here. Nothing real special to do with the beds. The beds are actually really high. I think the spec on this trailer is 13 foot 2 inches to the air conditioner. And I have almost a foot of space between the top of my roof and the bunks when they're fully up. One thing that I've seen a lot of people have trouble with is how do you strap down a RZR in a Toyhauler. And this is the best way that I found. I don't know if this was the intended purpose, but on the RZRs, they have these mounting points for the rock guards, and I just use those. And you know, pulling a pose like this, it works really well, and the RZR doesn't move around. These do come with an outside mount for the TV. You can just basically lift up on the TV. There's a small pin that lets the arm out on the inside, and you can put your TV outside, and it has all the connections for the TV here. The freshwater fill is really easy. I don't actually know how many gallons. One thing that I did notice is it took a really long time to fill up, and it was at full for a really long time. The hot water heater here, fairly standard. All the gas electric turn on is on the inside, and there's a small switch to use electric on the outside. So if you want to use electric, you have to come out and turn that on. Just on the inside, fairly standard setup. I really like the fridge. This unit has a lot of storage. We've got lots, probably 2 truckloads of stuff already in it, and probably have only used half the storage. It has a cook stove, gas, and a microwave, and it actually does have a gas oven as well. TV, there's actually a pin that you pull that's attached. You can kind of see how this works. You basically reach underneath, and there's a little tab, and you pull down on that, and the TV will actually swing out. The Bluetooth audio works really well. Not something I use a whole lot. Right now the slide out's actually in. When this slide out's out, there's tons and tons of room. You know, up front there's the bathroom and the bedroom, and the bathroom has a full-size shower, which I really like.